viewers and listeners, welcome to another episode of the BioRural podcast. Today we're delighted to host Sandra Vassilopoulou, representative of one of the winning ideas of the Southeast workshop that took place the previous month in Thessaloniki. Sandra, welcome to our podcast and thank you very much for joining us today.
Hi, Nefeli. Thank you very much for inviting us. Very happy to be here.
Thank you very much. So let's start with the big announcement you have to make to us.
We're happy to announce our new brand name. So MyBioT was always a working name for us. Our new brand name is Noema. We looked for something to have Noema for us Greeks, which is to have meaning and purpose in the Greek language. We wanted our name to represent our values, definitely have a Greek origin, and have an appeal to global audiences at the same time. So by choosing Noema, you give purpose to your choices, and it's the meaning behind your actions, actually.
Thank you very much for sharing this information with us, and congratulations on this new beginning. And now you told us a little bit about your new name. So could you tell us the basic elements of this idea and what inspired you to realize it?
So Noema is really about offering consumers an easy and affordable, sustainable solution that disrupts fashion rules as we know them. So what do we do exactly? We develop compostable clothes from bio-based materials with the goal to replace harmful fossil-based materials like synthetics in clothes and eliminate textile waste. And why do we do that? To make it more clear, let me just ask you something. Do you have any idea where all those unsold or used old clothes go? Like, what do you do with your own clothes, Nefeli?
I usually try to donate them to someone else that needs it more.
Yeah, a lot of people do that, and it's a good thing to do, but the sad truth is that not even charities want them anymore. They have too many, they don't know what to do with them, and because of fast fashion, we buy a lot of cheap clothes, most of them synthetics, full of chemicals. We wear them only a few times, and then what? What happens to those clothes? So unfortunately, the fashion industry is one of the biggest polluters, heavily contributing to climate change. So what happens here is really, really harmful. Like 80% of all clothes produced eventually will end up in landfill. So there's this insane data on global textile waste revealing that a truck full of clothes ends up in landfills every single second of the day, every year. That's just insane. I cannot even picture this. So now most of these clothes are synthetics, right? Or even if they're cotton, they're treated with chemicals, they have synthetic seams or plastic buttons or zippers. This could take more than 200 years to decompose, releasing harmful gases and metals and chemicals to the air, our soil, our waterways. So you could just Google Atacama Desert, and this is a place in Chile that has become a massive graveyard for old clothes. It's even visible from space. So this is a huge problem, and this is the problem that we're solving. No more fossils and chemicals in our clothes, no more clothes in landfills. With Noema, we're bringing to market a truly ecological fashion brand that at the same time does not compromise on quality, style, and ethics, and it is 100% made in Europe.
Great, so this is a great start for your brand. And could you tell us a little bit more about what inspired you to realize it?
Yeah, that's funny. It was a real pain for us for quite some time. You see, we've been friends with Barbara for quite a long time, and honestly, the light bulb moment came during one of our BL talks, and we were venting also about our husbands. And so we're talking about these very old clothes that they keep since forever, they don't want to throw them away. And then about our teenagers with the fast fashion of our consumption, which was actually all of it cluttering our closets. And it just hit us, like, what do you do with all these clothes? We used to give them to charities, not even charities want it anymore. So why isn't there a better way? And actually this became something that we cannot ignore anymore. What do we do with all those clothes? So we started researching, studying a lot. Actually, we kid to ourselves that we could have done a PhD with all the studies that we read the first year, and talking to people, networking, and that's how the pieces started coming together. Some friends and family called us crazy at first, but for us, crazy is a compliment. all you need to do is, you just need to have this massive
passionate.
Yes, we're very passionate about this. You know it. We've seen it. You've seen us during our pitch. And then you need to take massive action. So this is what we've been doing for the last 2.5 years. And we're moving ahead with a very, very clear commitment just to make a difference in fashion with Noema.
Great. And I hope you make a difference in all this pollution that the fast fashion causes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And moving on to another question that is quite answered by your previous answer, but I would like you to expand a little bit more. How does your idea support circular bioeconomy?
Yeah, very interesting. So let's unpack this. Circularity, in essence, is all about developing a system for producing, consuming, and disposing of goods while circulating the materials to minimize waste and reduce the environmental impact. So our idea was designed with circularity in mind just right from the start. From the selection of the raw materials and their origins, the whole life cycle of our product, manufacturing and end of life, this is a key focus for us. So we designed it with the end in mind. As we said before, what will happen to our clothes when we no longer want to use them? How do we make sure that these do not have a negative impact and they do not become waste, right? Because as we said, everything goes to landfill. So here's how we close the loop in circularity. By being 100% bio-based and compostable, our clothes offer an easy and safe way for everybody to let go of their clothes. So when you no longer want them, you can compost them and they return to earth as nutrients, becoming food actually for future plants. So for you, when we'll send you your first Noema t-shirt, hoping you will wear it for a long time, but when you no longer want it during the end of its life, you can use it in your flower pots maybe, if you have a veranda.
Okay, this is truly innovative.
And one last point here.
Yes, of course.
Sorry. Beyond the environmental benefits, of course, it's very important. I think we also offer an easy way for circularity to become part of people's lives. If you think that I can do it and I can put it as fertilizer in my pot, that changes something in you, in the way you treat your clothes, changes your mindset and how people see their contribution to fashion, how they choose their clothes. Like, imagine a world where clothes actually nourish the soil instead of contaminating it. And that's the future we're chasing.
What is the other factors that make Noema such a different idea?
Yeah.
What makes you stand out?
Of course. Lots of things. So first of all, let me just say, it is very encouraging to see that the number of companies researching innovation for fashion is definitely growing, right? So we can all coexist, and for the fashion industry to transition to a sustainable future, we need every tool in the toolbox. So after all, it's a multi-billion euro market and demand is like only growing the last few years. So some solutions are exploring novel materials with truly innovative approaches. I have to admit that although it may take a few years for them to scale up and actually become affordable for people to buy them, right? But the majority of solutions mainly focus on recycling, longevity, and eco-friendly materials like organic cotton, for instance. So let's be realistic here. We cannot recycle everything because the process is complex, costly, and energy intensive. And also, currently, as we speak, only 1% of clothes can be recycled. So what happens to the rest of them? And with recycled polyester, you just transfer the problem into the future because in the end, they're just synthetics. They still go to landfill. So can we really afford to wait? And then in terms of existing materials, let's just take the example of cotton, which under conditions could be a very sustainable option, but it takes almost 3,000 liters of water to make a cotton t-shirt, and that is like what one person drinks for 2 years. Exaggerated, it seems, but it's actually true, right? So we're different in so many. Having said that, we're different in all these aspects, and this is really in our core DNA. So we use first a novel biopolymer for the first time in the textile industry to develop the compostability of our clothes so that they never end up in landfill. We've made specific choices for manufacturing, aiming at completely eliminating textile waste during the whole production of our clothes. our use of water is minimal and it's limited only to the first phase of the raw material stage. For us, the use of toxic chemicals gets definitely a big no, and we only use and switch to natural alternatives. And last, we can go to market as we speak. We can scale quickly, and we're using existing manufacturing lines. So all in all, to sum up, we've curated our steps very carefully from production to the end of life to create a blueprint for minimizing fashion's carbon footprint with viable and applicable choices. So, yeah.
There are a lot of things that make your idea stand out, and all of these are very impressive. Thank you very much for participating in our podcast, and thank you very much for introducing Noema, announcing this news, and taking part in the BioRural initiative. Thank you very, very much for joining Sandra today.
Thank you, Nefeli. It was great chatting with you. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to present Noema. See you in Brussels.
And now let's welcome Barbara Panopoulou, the other half of Noema. Barbara, welcome and thank you very much for joining as well.
Thank you, Nefeli. Glad to be here.
Also, today we're going to talk about Noema's relation with the BioRural project and how it has helped your idea grow. So to start our conversation, I would like to ask you, how did participating in the BioRural workshop supported your idea, or it helped it go one step further?
Nefeli, we have participated in several workshops, but the BioRural workshop was truly a unique experience for us. It felt like getting a fresh pair of eyes to people who were knowledgeable in the field and interested in what we're doing and willing to support us for our journey. The whole process opened doors for us to think differently and expand our horizons. From the mentor session and the networking opportunities, we still capitalize on the benefits. Can you imagine that? It was really amazing. The level of the participating teams was high, and talking to other founders evolved the way we look at our own project. We left the workshop with a new confidence, even more committed and determined than before. In the end, as the judges point out, our idea was not just ticking the boxes for the criterion by economy. It felt way more doable. Imagine people and mentors sharing this with us. It gave us a huge boost. And last, since we have been manifesting the Brussels finals right from the application phase, the Thessaloniki workshop was just a rehearsal. And here, I would like to take this opportunity to thank especially Stefanos Kamberis from Staramaki for his insight and contacts. He supported us a lot. And this is what we're expecting for such workshops.
Great, thank you very much. It's very nice and very impressive to hear that you took so many things out of the workshop that took place in Thessaloniki. So we're very glad to help in any way.
The networking and the collaboration spirit in the venue was amazing.
The atmosphere and the collaboration spirit indeed was something very new to me.
Yes, it was really one of the best workshops ever.
Thank you very much. So now moving on to another question, I would like to ask you about your future plans. Are you having anything, any next steps outlined for Noema?
Yes, indeed, we have. This is our life from now on, Noema, for us. Right now, as I think Sandra has said, we want to disrupt fashion and change people's mindset. We are focused on our prototype and testing it with real users in real life situations. We are really working day and night with our partners to have it ready soon. If we win in Brussels, we will be ready to launch it within a year. And our goal is to expand in 10 to 15 markets within the next 4 years. And we want to do that with a mix of B2B and B2C business model. Nefeli, even if this sounds really a dream, what we want to do is to revitalize textile production in Greece and Europe with creating microfactories in rural areas. As we speak, we are also in touch with 2 Greek organizations taking actions in doing business in rural areas in Greece with the ultimate goal to support local economies and offer opportunities for growth. And this is not a science fiction scenario. The material exists, the process is there, and we want to make it happen. But of course, we need support with funding and networking, and programs like BioRural are essential. And as Sandra said, we are in a continuous innovation and research and development for new sustainable material. We cannot stop here. For us, we have a continuous work to do. And for this reason, right now, we're working with partners and universities for this. And this is something that we will never stop, I think.
So your plan sounds very ambitious, but it sounds very passionate.
We are.
And I can tell that.
Yes, we are.
And it seems like you have everything planned and no one is going to stop you and you're not going to give up on this. So good luck with everything. And one last question before we close our discussion. Are you ready for the BioRural Bioeconomy Challenge final in Brussels?
Nefeli, we are born ready, I think. We are really visualizing this moment from the application phase. We're so excited to be in the finals. This is something that really for us, it's a big milestone. We're moving ahead every day, making progress in all directions. Of course, we have to say that things do not always go as planned. There are setbacks and delays, but in parallel, we have small and big wins that we can celebrate at the same times. Obviously, we want to win. We have our eyes set on the prize, and the monetary award will help us to launch the first fully compostable fashion line. And it's only about winning Brussels. Brussels for us, it's a big opportunity for exposure and networking. It's priceless for us. We see the finals as a big milestone. Win or lose, we will move with the fire to keep doing. And we are here to make Noema a reality.
Good luck with everything. Good luck with your with the competition in Brussels, and I hope you get as many things as you can from this.
We're really very excited. We want to be there. We want to meet all the other teams from Europe because we don't know them. And for us, also, this is a new opportunity. We see this as a big opportunity to expand our networking and meet all those people that they want really to bring innovation in everything that we're doing.
It is going to be a very inspiring event, and also it is great to see all these people that are working day and night towards something new, something innovative that will also benefit circular bioeconomy and the environment in general. So it is great in every way.
Yes, I think it is. For us, it's the future. Really, it is the future, this thing.
Thank you very much for sharing your insights with us today and for participating in our podcast.
Thank you. Thank you for giving us this opportunity. We love this opportunity. For us, it's really something that will give us more energy for the way forward.
Thank you for your kind words. And as for you, dear viewers and listeners, thank you very much for watching this episode. Don't forget to stay tuned for all the next episodes.